job ain't finished. Your job ain't finished. Make you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your one-stop source for Chiefs news. Check out our website and check out our sponsors. I'm Nick Athan, your host, alongside Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports. You can check out his YouTube show, 1 o'clock Central Time, and they talk all things Kansas City sports with the Cube makes a double dip appearance.
Hey, the Cube is back, man. I took it down there to Big 12 Media Day, so y'all gonna see the videos of the girls solving. One of them did, but
Really? Are we gonna see that today or tomorrow on your show tomorrow?
I'm gonna put it on the show tomorrow, for y'all to see.
We'll have to check it out. All right, let's talk about our sponsors that make the wheels go around here at the Four Guys in a Bar Chiefs Blitz podcast. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better I trust than Mr. Eric Haynes. He helped Emily and I walk through the process of a very long road, 9 months to find a house. Finally got it done. Took about 2 months to close. There were a lot of ups and downs and doubts and fears. But at the end of the day, he delivered the goods with he and his team. So there's nobody I trust more to make the easy transactions and also the most difficult when you're buying or selling a house. Give Eric Haynes a call at 816-729-3785. Or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
Ooh, yes. Another great sponsor is my incredible, amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a flexible health coverage option, she's your one-stop source. Listen, open enrollment begins November 1st and lasts till December 15th. So whether you're looking for a private option or an ACA option, there's nobody better that can sort things out for you. If you got a plan expiring, if you're not sure what to do, you just want to get an evaluation of what your current health insurance is for you or your family, give her a call today for a free consult and a free quote, 913-215-9086.
Nicky loves Emily.
I do. And I also love our new sponsor, Roll Tape.
Buy a cell phone at Resell Electronics and save up to 25%. Our phones are pre-owned and in great condition. We carry top brands like iPhones and Samsung. Sell us your old phone and we'll offer you cash on the spot. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resell Electronics. If you're looking for a new cell phone, a tablet, laptop, maybe you want to trade in your old consumer electronics, do some sort of upgrade, this is your one-stop source. They've got 2 locations in Independence on Nolan Road and also 40 Highway. Give them a call at 816-886-7285, or you can email them at resell with a C, resellelectronics.com.
Resell.
Really like that. That's going to stick.
Yo, funny with that resell, man. That's funny with that.
Yeah, we got the whole crew back today. On Wednesday, it was just the 2 guys in the bar, just me and Lou. Lou, welcome back. And Andre, it's great to see you again, my friend. Got your Coach Dre cap on.
That's right.
Got your red hoodie, your Chiefs hoodie on. You drinking that special afternoon sauce there to get you going, and hence
absolutely.
He's got the leprechaun hat on. He's got the green hat on today. So,
he's feeling lucky today.
The green shirt.
Rugrats.
He's feeling retro today. He's feeling real.
Yeah.
Did I say retro? My bad, retro.
Yep. Shout out to Ruben for being numero uno.
Man, you got the hamburger slides on.
Hamburger slides. I didn't know they made those kinds of things.
I guess you just a whole Nickelodeon today, huh?
I want your pinball machine. I don't know where the heck I'd put it, but I certainly want it.
The Minion one.
The Minion one, yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nothing like a fine pair of Crocs.
Nothing like a fine pair of Crocs.
I took it somewhere else, man.
We need one of those. Oh my goodness! All right, guys.
Let's get it.
I want watched the show Wednesday. Y'all did a good job, so I give y'all a hand applause for that.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Did you say good?
I feel like that was a
Wow.
little shot at me. I feel that was a shot at me. Yeah, I watched the show yesterday. I seen the show. Yeah, because the guys before the show, somebody gonna tell me I felt disrespectful because I didn't watch the
Coach,
show.
all about the statistics. I'm pretty sure it was our highest rated YouTube number for the season.
It was outstanding. I'm hearing. I feel great, but I'm going to watch
something
the show.
About
Lou.
Wednesday. That's all it is.
I'm going to watch the show, Lou. Lou gave me a handful before the show.
Well, it's good. You self scout. You might learn a few things too.
Yeah.
In terms of you're asking about D-Hop. We did spend a lot of the show talking about D-Hop.
And it's always a pleasure to hear your voice break down plays.
Absolutely,
it's always a joy. Absolutely,
top shelf. No, we definitely had.
If
it
wasn't great enough that today is Red Friday, 50 Shades on the mic just warmed my heart.
You know what was remarkable?
Absolutely, just outstanding.
And he's playing phenomenal football though. He looked good. He looked good.
I think the most remarkable thing about that show is we talked about the Las Vegas Raiders maybe 2 full sentences in the entire show,
and I think we overdid it.
Yeah, and I think we did overdo it. Obviously, the DeAndre Hopkins news kind of trumped everything, and this was the topic of the day. Out on the practice field, expected to play this weekend, but here we go again. Another NFL weekend. Had a weird game last night. The Rams and the Vikings, probably one of the most over-penalized games I've ever seen, and of course, the big penalty in the end zone with Sam Darnold's head being virtually dislocated and twisted off did not get called right in front of the eyes of the referee or the back judge.
I get it. It's a rule. It's not reviewable, but with replay assist and all the things they're trying to do to maintain the health and safety of the players, that's got to be looked at, right? I mean, doesn't it?
It should be automatically because it is a scoring review.
Right.
It is points tallied in the end zone.
They should review
they
penalties.
Don't review missed penalties. In terms of the league, now I'm sure the competition committee is going to look at this and they're going to show that this play will be like, okay, maybe we should revisit this, especially if it's a head and neck issue that that it's out. That's like right at the top of the list.
Well, let me ask you this. And so when the NFL comes out and you're in a game and a referee says, well, with booth assist, okay, the down is correct or the pass was complete or this or that. Why is this not any different? Why can't they just say,
exactly.
Listen,
yeah, because
you blew it here.
It doesn't fall under the reviewable stuff in the rule book.
Maybe every play should be reviewable, and then
that's just the way it's been, and that's the explanation. But again, with the replay assist, those instant ones, New York sees it. Okay, the refs missed it. They're human, but we've got all these angles, all this technology. If it's something that egregious, you got. I mean, that's just to say, well, it's not really a rule, so we're going to let it go. Let's review
the call.
That's not a good look for the league, especially. Forget about the fact that Minnesota would have at least had a better chance, with the ball in their hands now. But it's a bad look for health and safety for sure.
Yeah, they should review that. I feel like going into the league next year, they should make that a rule. Review the penalties and whatnot, the flags, because that right there was dead ass in this face.
Long game if that happened.
Man, why not?
Right.
If that was Patrick Mahomes, you would want that. That was Patrick Mahomes.
But if there's an egregious one, right?
Yeah.
If it's something obvious, that's what they're trying to get out of there. I mean, if it's obvious and they see it, the refs don't, that's what they want to correct because, I mean, now I'll take it personally. What if you've got a bet on the game? And maybe you've got Minnesota, whatever.
Yeah.
And now, you get your money taken out of your pocket because, there's some rule that they can't look at something that egregious.
Absolutely.
And it's not just me. Owners have partnerships with these gambling companies and casinos.
Yeah.
So, you got it. You can't, you can't mess around with that. If you're going to take their money, you got to make it fair for the people
Take it
that
fair
are
to
your
take it, right.
customers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you're
Make
going
it
to, if
fair to take their
NFL
money.
owners are going to take cash and sponsorship deals and the players can't gamble at all. And, you look at all the situation with all the referee, the referee union is one of the strongest. Roger Goodell just gave them all the leverage back. The NFL couldn't even request that guys in their 60s or retirable age, would retire. They kept some of these guys on the field. And that's my biggest beef about the referee situation is that a lot of these guys, I mean, God love them, they have a job. I mean, these guys are making over $350,000, $400,000 a year to be part-time employees, but you got to be in shape. And I've always maintained this, and I'm going to probably be criticized for it. When you've got stallions on the field, you can't have, slow horses running with these guys and trying to be in the view. If it means adding, another one or two officials, then just do it. To shore up.
That'll add more flags. I mean, typically the guys that might not be in the best shape are typically on the sidelines. I mean, the white hats, all those guys are getting younger, and they're
a lot of them are
for the most part. I don't know if it's the smaller shirts, but they all look like they're jacked and they're in shape. And the umpire has to be kind of nimble because he's kind of in the middle of the action. The back judge, not so much, but that one they missed last night. But now my point is that, again, if you've got replay assist, New York sees it. It's that egregious, especially that type of penalty.
Yeah.
What if Darnold, gets hurt on the play on top of that? So anyway,
Ruben, I have nothing against curvy men. Trust me, we're all good.
When it's all said and done, I've been saying it for the longest. Everybody said the Vikings was that team, and I said it wasn't that team.
That's not what we're talking about, though.
But
that's not fair.
Man,
that's
one guy that is unashamed of taking victory laps prematurely.
Dude,
they just lost at home on a walk-off field goal to arguably the best team in the NFC, and then they go to the Rams, which again with Puka and Cooper is a completely different team. But okay.
No, we make excuses. We don't make excuses here. This is four guys in the bar. I don't think Drake can hear, but
yeah, they should start penalizing guys. I agree with you, Senor Paris. I think that'd be great. And there is no accountability. They came on afterwards and said, "Yeah, they missed it." It doesn't do any good. There's no accountability.
They missed it. What else are they going to do?
Well, like I said, I mean, the back judge should be suspended for a game.
And he may be. I mean, I'm sure they all get graded. Right? They're going to get graded and they'll, I don't know if they'll get actually fined. I don't know if that's part of the deal, but I'm sure he's going to get a pretty ugly check mark there.
I don't know, man. If I was the Vikings head coach, I would have run on that field and I would have gone right after that back judge. What do you got to lose at that point? $50,000?
We're talking about the refs right now. So I guess the NFL has to do a whole lot better with the referees and say.
Yeah. And this is the same group that we're criticizing that always give the Chiefs all the breaks, right?
Yeah, well, I'm not criticizing the refs.
Chiefs earned the right to get.
I'm criticizing the system and not being able to correct something.
Man,
when
Lou
they
said, "I'm going above the head of the household." He said,
"I'm
criticizing the system."
Or just like I said, man, Vikings is not that team.
Well, they might not be that team. I mean, they've had two really brutal losses in a row, and Sam Darnold's really struggled.
Like Lou said, don't let one loss turn to two losses, and that's what they did.
I don't know, Nick. He was 18 for 25, 240 yards, 2 touchdowns. He lost his left tackle, earlier in the game. I don't think that was Sam. I don't think
he's out for the year
too. That was Sam's fault at all.
The tackle is, I seen that.
Yeah, he's out for a year. $122 million extension he got in July.
That's rough.
I tell you what though, Lou. They just exposed the Vikings defense in the middle. They said work the middle.
Man, I told you that defense been exposed. They ain't that, Brian.
Nobody listen to your buck. You glaze a lot. Nobody listen to you. You be glazing, bro.
They did not play well last night. They played a lot of soft coverages, and they didn't blitz.
I don't know.
They were not aggressive.
Because of it.
Nobody can't score on this defense day or so. I said, man, get out of here. Defense.
All right, so we can put that square in jail right now. We're actually talking about football stuff. Okay. You got to look at it this way. Okay, it's a short week. They probably, I'm sure they could run a bunch of stuff that they had prepared, but they probably didn't know that Cup and Nakua were going to be able to play that day.
Yeah, but you have to anticipate that though, Lou, right?
I don't know that you can anticipate that. I would imagine you can prepare for it in some ways, but for them to actually be on the field, now it's a completely different look. Again, I'm not going to get too upset over a team losing a game, especially on the road in the NFL. So Vikings will be fine, but still, I mean, the overarching point here is replay assist. If you see something egregious, you should be able to overturn.
They're going to have to tweak it. There's too much at stake.
Well,
there's just too much at stake every game.
So
and the money's there to do whatever they want to do, and the owners should
moving
spend
on.
that money.
We
beat this horse. We beat the drum
or
on
at
this
least
horse.
penalized this year. They're the least team to get penalized this year. Somebody's team.
Well,
our team.
Yeah, we are. So we do great with penalties. And, you know, we do great.
There's a video out there right now on social media that demonstrates what I'm talking about.
Whatever, sir. Whatever, sir. We have Factor Cap today.
Let's go. Let's get it.
What you have for us?
Here we go.
Dude.
Strike up the band, Hensley. Let's do this thing. Factor Cap. Of course, you see our very handsome and Natalie clad sponsor down there in the right corner, Mr. Eric Haynes of the Eric Haynes Group. Okay, so Factor Cap. I'm going to read a bunch of statements here. You guys can decide whether it's fact or cap, and then maybe give a little commentary on your answer. So here we go. So last night's game, Minnesota at LA Rams. I mean, just watching it, when you've got Puka and Cooper in there, the entire team is just lifted. Okay, I mean, they just look like a completely different team. Everything is functional, opens up the run game, everything else. So the statement is this. When Cup and Nakua play, the Rams actually are the best team in the West. Hensley.
I would say that's a fact. Because you're looking at the Cardinals, they the offense ain't getting together. Looking at the 49ers, they dealing with a lot of injuries. Then you look at the Seahawks. The Seahawks, you don't know what you're going to get. It's a mixed bag of fruits. You don't know what you're going to get out of it. One going to be rotten. You don't know what you're going to get. But the Rams, only thing that stopped them was being healthy. Demarcus Robinson is looking like a great receiver that the Chiefs let slip out their fingers. So I would say a fact.
Okay. I'm going to say fact, and I'm going to challenge you on Robinson. Yeah, he had 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, great plays, love it. But he went to the Raiders too, and he didn't play that well. He just found a home. He just finally put it all together, and that's why sometimes you don't give up on receivers for that part of it. But you're right, Lou.
I'm about to get that one. Go ahead.
That's a fact. Those 2 guys together are amazing, and they're the best team in the West. I'm not a Seahawks guy. I think the Cardinals are inconsistent. They should be better. They're not using their rookie wide receiver the way they're supposed to. Yeah. The Rams are going to use their receivers the way they're supposed to.
I'm going to go big fact on that one, even though I am a Cardinals fan. Y'all know that. But once we get our offense together, then we'll be to talk. But right now, the Rams look solid right now. Puka back, Coop. The run game is there. Defense is playing great. I ain't going to say great, playing good. Yeah, I'm going with fact. When they're healthy, they are the best team in the West.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I'm on this as well. And that just we talked about it on Wednesday a little bit as how good a job they've done drafting once they started drafting again and not effing all those picks and trading them for superstars. I mean, you look at Jared Verse, the guy that they drafted out of Florida State, the pass rusher, number 8. I mean, he's a beast in there. And then the other guy from Florida State, Jason Fisk, kind of playing in the middle. And there's many other draft picks, but yeah, I'm going with the Rams on this one too. All right, so here we go. Atlanta is playing in Tampa this week. They just played a few weeks ago in Atlanta, and Kirko Chains went for like over 500 yards. Baker had a big game. I mean, it was just a really, really great game. Very entertaining to watch. But you got Carolina's a mess. New Orleans, bunch of injuries, and I don't know that they're really going anywhere this year. And even Tampa Bay's got a ton of injuries. You lose your 2 top wide receivers. Evans will be back. Godwin won't. But the statement is this. With a win, Atlanta virtually locks up the NFC South. this Sunday. Fact or
Yeah,
fact?
I would say that's a fact because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mike Evans going to be out. Then they lost a receiver from a drop hit tackle. So I would say that's a fact. With this, they are the hottest team in the South right about now. Because the Bucs got dealing with all these injuries right about now. So fact.
Yeah, I think this. I agree as well. I mean, I think the Bucs are going to struggle. They'll be in Kansas City a week from Monday, and without their top two receivers, that offense obviously is not going to be the same. They don't have enough behind it. So yeah, I'm a fact on that one.
Coach?
Well, I'm going. I hate to say it, but I am going to agree with the rest of the panel. I'm gonna have to go with fact.
Damn.
I think Atlanta just got just a better team in that conference right now. Just a better team. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
Good Captain Kirk, man.
I feel so distinguished. We are now a panel. Thank you, Coach.
We are a panel.
My pleasure.
It's a bit of an outrageous statement, week 8, but the bottom line is they'll be 5-3 with 2 wins over Tampa Bay. And you got to believe if they stay healthy, they're going to win this division easy. All right, next one. We were going to be treated to, and it still may be one of the better games of the day, with Chicago traveling to Washington. Now, who had that at the beginning of the season before the draft, right? Once the draft came and you got the number 1 quarterback, number 2 quarterback, going back, it's happened before in the past. I think that their rookie seasons, Mariota played against Jameis Winston, Zach Wilson versus Trevor Lawrence, and those games didn't really live up to much. This one was going to be pretty good. We still don't know if Jaden's not going to play, but with a rib injury, are they really going to risk it just for this particular game?
Right.
So that said, the statement is this: the Bears, not the Commanders, will finish with a better record at the end of the season.
Ooh.
I would say Cat, because that's the better quarterback. Is that man right there, number 5? Even though they say you got a rib injury, who don't have a rib injury? But hey, I say at the end of the day, they will have the better record because they have the better coaching staff. I would say.
All right, Nick.
Be honest, Nick.
I'm gonna go with the Bears.
That one hurt. That one hurt a little.
It hurt a little bit just because fractured ribs. This is from experience, and I'm not an NFL player. I've had both fractured ribs and torn cartilage in my ribs.
Damn.
And just the basic movement. Now, I'm not the most muscular.
If you laugh a little bit, it hurts like hell.
You can't even sneeze. If you cough, you're done.
I mean, let alone torquing your body to unleash a pass. It's just
there is no painkiller. None.
Listen, having a contusion, I had a rare contusion like that, bro. It hurts. You can't turn around. You can't.
You can't do squat. He's gonna be. He should not play for at least 2 to 3 weeks, and even then, with a flak jacket, if he gets hit there, it's gonna hurt.
And he's small.
It takes a good 4 to 6 weeks for a fracture in the rib cage to mend. It's gonna be tough.
Albeit it was the Panthers last week, but when Mariota came in,
he looked pretty good.
They really didn't miss a beat.
That was shocking.
That's the coaching. That's the offensive coaching. Shout out to Cliff Kingsbury. Now listen, I got the Bears, better team, just better team now, man. They playing. They're using their talent, and I gotta give Buddy his credit. I got Caleb his props. They're using his talent, right? They dialed in. They ready. Defense is playing great. I go with the Bears, man. I'll take the Bears over Daniels, man.
Yeah. All right. Our guy Paul Lawrence makes a good point here that the Bears have a bunch of division games to play. Yeah. Washington's division isn't nearly as strong. I still think the Bears are going to be a damn good football team, but I think just record-wise, it may be Washington just because of their division isn't nearly as good as the Bears. Okay, so Sunday, it's a holiday, gang. It's National Tight Ends Day.
Tight end.
And Kittle's going to be eating this up. Kelsey's going to be eating it up. Greg
Presented
Olsen
by
doing his
Sharman.
game
Are
on
you
Fox, and
serious?
every other tight end out there.
He's
So
gonna
the
be every other
statement
tight
is
end out
this,
there.
and as if the picture doesn't give it away, this Greek god of a tight end that we have now, Noah Gray, will lead all tight ends in receptions this week. Factor cap.
I would say that's a fact because I feel like when they got, they're gonna have D-Hop, they got work, So I feel like Noah Gray's been coming along, and Lou shines the light on this guy. That is his
Greek god.
That is Lou. That is Lou, golden jacket guy right there. So I would say yes.
You gonna glaze with him?
Yeah, I'm not going against the Greek gladiator either. I think he's going to have
gladiator.
I think he'll be number 2.
Yakio.
He'll be number 2 in reception yardage for the Chiefs this weekend.
Listen, I ain't about to call him at nothing Greek.
It's
Something about the word Greek. They don't sit right with me. But
excuse me,
I'm gonna say this.
What kind of insult is that?
God, Greek man, Greek oil. Just
I am of Greek. I am of full Greek descent here, buddy.
What?
I get. I'm just saying Greek.
Athan, does that ring a bell to you?
You got Giannis, George Karlaftis.
No, it's how you said a Greek god. Like it was like, oh no, but to me,
it was a joke. It was attempted humor.
I know it was humor. Hey,
okay, I just want to make sure you weren't taking me seriously.
Nick. Come on.
Nah, Nick, you good, Nick. No, so here's the skinny.
This stuff is gold.
It's just the love that Lou has for this guy. I get it. So I'm gonna say this. That he did worse than Hense. So I'm gonna say this. No, I don't think he's gonna get more receptions from a tight end perspective. Nah, he's not. He's with the bare minimum.
With D-Hop playing, maybe he doesn't get as many targets. Obviously, this was me showing some love to my guy, but yeah, he'll come close though. I believe he'll come close.
I don't know. I mean, DDT that from the Raiders Nation is on board.
What's up, Kareem?
No, hold on. Maybe Bowers will have the game. Who knows?
Bowers gonna have it. The old guy gonna get it.
Bowers been putting up some numbers, so that I could see him good. Because there's really not much else. For
I told you guys.
I
told you at all.
Bowers your guy, Nick. That's your guy.
Yeah.
That man look up this.
All right. So last one. This is going to be near and dear to Coach's heart. So Coach Gray's dream, right? Dream come true.
Come on.
There's going to be a Clemson wide receiver for the Chiefs on the field wearing number 8. Okay. It's not Justin Ross, but it is a Clemson wide receiver wearing number 8. So the statement is this: D-Hop will catch a touchdown on a red zone jump ball just for Coach.
Hell yeah, he will.
Hell yeah. My turn, sir. Be quiet.
This is my. I know about D-Hop. You don't know about no D-Hop. No. Yes, he will. Absolutely.
Yep.
Throw it up. He's getting it.
Fact.
All right, go ahead.
Fact.
I would say cap because I don't feel like it's gonna be a jump ball, but I feel like it's gonna be. He will get a
score a dang touchdown.
I don't care. Do that, dang.
I say cap to the jump ball. That's it. Nothing else.
Just a hater, man. It's got.
Well, that's what Coach is looking. Coach is looking for that high point fade.
High point fade.
Yeah,
D-Hop, I feel it. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. D-Hop's my guy, man. So, yeah.
This has got to be churning.
So shout out to the Black Mamba, number 8.
Ain't that crazy,
D-Hop.
though?
I say he gets it done. Let's go.
I do too.
Yeah, that's what.
All right, gang. So that's going to be another factor cap in the books. Once again, brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes Group.
Thank you for
Freeway.
sponsoring that
Yeah,
part. Appreciate that.
Freeway 3% drop rate. Yeah, just like Larry Fitzgerald.
That's pretty sick.
One person come higher than him is Larry Fitzgerald. 29 drops out of his 14 years. 29 drops, Larry. That's a different beast.
That's nuts.
Speaking of a different beast, let's get right into our sponsor.
All right, let's do it.
One man of the show right now, Mr.
All right, the aforementioned first up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. He will make sure you get the best deal. He will find the right house, and he'll walk you through the entire process from start to finish, from looking at the house for the first time to delivering your keys on closing day. There's no one better than Eric Haynes. Call him today, 816-729-3785. or you
Proud
can email.
sponsor of Chief Who?
That's right. Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. Hey, listen, open enrollment begins November 1st. It lasts until December 15th. So if you're looking for a new healthcare option, whether that's a private option that she has available through United Healthcare, or you're looking at an ACA plan, she can help you with both. She can sort out your current plans, take a look at your individual or group or family plan to decide what's the best course of action. She could probably find you a better deal with a private option. But hey, again, if you qualify for an ACA, she can walk you through that so you don't have to go through all that maddening paperwork. Give her a call at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nikki loves.
I do.
Nikki loves.
And I also love resell. Roll tape.
The best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resell Electronics. 2 great locations. 1214 South Nolan Road. They're down on 40 Highway and Nolan Road as well. They will take care of you for anything that has to do with electronics, cell phones, tablets, laptops, game consoles, TVs, home audio, and so much more. It's the holiday time. You got to start thinking about Christmas. Buy your stuff early. The deals have never been better at Resell Electronics. Call them today at 816-886-7285. Tell them Chiefs Blitz sent you, or check out their website for all their great stuff at resellwithac.electronics.com.
Resell.
Love it. Now, we appreciate those guys very much for being a new sponsor. We've also got a new sponsor coming on board in December, and we're excited about that as well. So all good news, man. But what do we got next?
Everybody wants a part of this show, Nick.
Everybody wants a part of the show.
So what we got next is the Cube. Guys, the Cube is back again with his top pick.
Just play Dale.
Don't be mad. Be all right with the pick of the team, sir. So here it is. Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me with the cube. And it's finished there.
Yeah.
But
but I don't know what the other cube in your hand.
I mean, you do know they make cheat books on how you can finish yours.
They do, but he's stubborn, Nick. He ain't gonna do it.
No hate, sir. Hey, but looking at this, man. Looking at the cube right about now. This is my top pick of 6 teams right now. Do you agree? We have the Chiefs at number 6. I had Detroit Lions jumping over that team that everybody thought was a team. At 5-1. Then I had the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, they still in the top 3 at 5-2. The Baltimore Ravens. I got them sitting there at number 4. They didn't move out of the spot. They was there last week at 5-2. Then I have Houston. Houston came, so I come around and say, okay, I'm still liking. They still lost, but they lost. But I still put them there. I should put the Packers there, or maybe I should take them out. It's your argument. The looks is fluid, but we can say not fluid. It's cubit. Hey, what about the Washington Commanders? The Washington Commanders, even though their quarterback got a rib injury, hey, Gates got the sauce to the ribs. Hey, it doesn't matter. We can get it all right for you. So I had the Commanders there at number 6. Do you agree with this list? And what would you change about this list, Lou?
I like what you're doing here, Hense. I don't know that I can argue with much of it. Commanders, I still having a hard time getting a kind of a feel for Buffalo, where they're at. Can they be this high? I don't know. I think you're good. That's really the only spot I would look at is maybe at 6. Perhaps Buffalo. Don't want to get too far over my skis on the Rams, but I do believe they're a damn good team when they're at full strength.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm with you here.
Right.
Sorry.
I have an issue. I would put Green Bay Packers at 6 and then the Commanders.
Okay, why?
I would because Love and they listen. The way Love plays the ball, Love playing like an MVP right now. He's playing like behind Lamar Jackson. He's playing at a high level. Love is. Green Bay Packers is a scary team to deal with. Now the Command, I see you glazing your boy Daniels. You glazing him a little bit. He's cool, he's fine, but Green Bay Packers to me would scare me more than the Commanders. So I will move the Commanders and put Green Bay at that spot.
All right, the Vikings played the Packers this year?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Whoa, did
I would put the Packers at 4. I would put the Ravens at 3. And I would probably move the Texans out and put the Vikings over to give them one more week to prove that the last 2 losses were a fluke. That's what I'd keep Washington at 6 just because I think they deserve a lot of praise for how they got here. And if they lose to the Bears, then maybe the Bears are in consideration for what could be 3 NFC North teams in your top 6 next week.
Hey, Ruben got a good point. He said the Bills. Somebody put the Bills up there.
Nah.
Yeah, I would think. I mean, the Packers and the Bills would probably be the best. I guess the closest choices to be that 6th team if it's not Washington. Washington still. I mean, they've done some amazing things, great things, beating some teams that at first you look at and they probably you wouldn't think they had a chance, but they got it done. So I think we're still getting to know who this team is. Whereas now with Buffalo adding Cooper into the mix, I think that unlocks a little bit of their offense. So them, and then certainly, Jordan Love. I mean, outside of the interceptions, I mean, he is that team is going to be something.
That team's really good
in the postseason. So
that division is going to be so much fun to watch, and I think they play each other consecutive weeks toward the end of the year. So it's going to be fun to watch how this division. There's not an easy game in that. It kind of reminds me of the way the AFC West used to be and the AFC East used to be. I mean, it's just great. It's going to be great football. Best division of football, not even
Lions,
close.
Packers, Bears, Vikings, all them guys.
Any given Sunday, any one of those teams can beat the other.
Any given Sunday. But the way Love plays is just phenomenal. He spreads the ball around and everybody can make plays. It reminds me of the old Aaron Rodgers days with Nelson, Driver. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reminds me of that team. Because
we keep talking about all the young receivers. Keep an eye on their tight end, Tucker Kraft.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
From South Dakota State or South Dakota, one of those schools, or North Dakota, one of the Dakotas. But I mean,
I think it was North.
I saw a stat today on one of the shows that he actually leads the NFL in yards after the catch per reception.
Yeah.
He's at close to 10 yards per catch after he catches the balls. And you wouldn't ordinarily think it would be a tight end, and especially that guy, a rookie. So there we go.
That's what I'm saying, though, Lou. Like,
tight end.
Good point, though.
So y'all, everybody said move the Commanders, but hey, maybe the Bears Pike be there after they play each other this weekend. But
I think the Bears take that anyway. So.
But Lou, what you have for your picks of the week?
Games of the week, gang. Best bets. I'm kind of found a groove at 2 wins, 3 losses every week, and that's not good. We're at 18 wins, 15 losses for the year. So here we go. This is going to be the roughest one for me right now. More I think of it, I may have gone the other way, but no, I'm sticking with it. Houston -5 at home against the Colts. I get it. It's a division game. I get it. CJ Stroud's been under a lot of fire with the offensive line woes. No Nico Collins, but I'm going with Houston anyway. Second game, Cincinnati, Philadelphia. This is like an intriguing game. It's like 2 teams that we thought were going to be really good, but there's a little dysfunction with both. I think the Bengals actually are a little less dysfunctional, and Burrow's playing at a much higher level than Jalen Hurts. So I'm going to take the Bengals -2.5.
Good bet.
The aforementioned Packers. I hate taking road favorites, but I think Jacksonville caught again. I've mentioned this several times. Fool's gold. They won over in London for the second game, not the first. They got crushed by Minnesota, but then they beat the Patriots. Who else beat the Patriots and they were being anointed Super Bowl teams? The Jets. Come on, it's the Patriots. So I'm going to take Green Bay here -3.5. Dallas and San Francisco. You talk about 2 desperate teams. But one of the things that I think Hense brought it up, and then I started really looking back into it, was the week after a team plays the Chiefs is always a rough week. and I'm going to hold my nose here. This is an ugly pick, but I'm going to take the Cowboys +4.
Really?
Even though they're horrible and they haven't figured out, I'm thinking maybe they get on the road and they get things right. At least keep it close. Take Dallas +4. Same thing Monday night. Pittsburgh looked like world beaters against the Jets. All of a sudden, Russ is back and whatever, all this, as an underdog. Now, all of a sudden, they're favorites. I'm going to say the same thing with the Giants. The Giants play better away from home. They get away from the New York media.
Yep.
Daniel Jones plays a ton better on the road. And I think Malik Neighbors is going to expose this defensive backfield at Pittsburgh. I'm going to go with the Giants +6 to keep it close.
Interesting.
So there's your 5.
Yeah, the Russell Wilson experiment seemed to work. I mean, I didn't think Tomlin would do it, but he did, and he looked other than the bumps in the road at the beginning, he was terrific. But again, the defense the Jets defense is just bad.
Man.
Hey, I want to say something. I thought Lou would pick up on it. I tried to wear the same outfit as the Cube, but I thought Lou would pick up on it and say, "Hey,"
with the hats and
the hat, the GJ.
I was gonna say something, but I didn't want to call you out, buddy. So yeah.
I'll try to do it for the show.
Okay, I see. Yeah, there you go.
I did see it. I did. Whatever.
The picture, the denim looks a little. The denim looks a little darker.
Yeah.
And it's not a Rugrats shirt you're wearing in that.
He has multiple denim jackets.
But the green hat, yeah, okay.
He has a fall and a spring one.
Mm-hmm. That's the Cube. Is brought to you by Resell Electronics, where you can get all your electronic needs. Hey, let's get right into the main subject of the day, and that's the Chiefs versus the Raiders preview. What do you guys think? Do you expect D-Hop? They already going to say he's going to play. So this is a question that was put in here.
Subscriber says he will make a difference. Paul, thanks for subscribing. We appreciate that.
Appreciate it, Paul.
What you think, Paul? What you think, Dre? What you expecting to happen?
Hell yeah, he going what? He's scoring a touchdown. Like, guys, I'm so confident in this Chiefs offense. I know everybody in the comment section like I'm glazing off, so now I'm talking noise. I am, bro. D-Hop's my guy, and I got so much faith in D-Hop, man. Especially, how some guys go to different teams, they excel. They got a lot more to play for now. And like I said, when you playing on a championship team, it raises your level. And I think D-Hop's gonna show out. I think D-Hop is really gonna be the man. I really do. So yeah, hell yeah. He probably get multiple touchdowns. So yeah, definitely.
D-Hop's gonna be special when Stephen A. Smith still says the Chiefs are the most feared team in the NFL with D-Hop. So, I mean, I think this was a brilliant trade. We talked a lot about it on Wednesday. He adds that missing element to the offense. Yeah. And again, guys, I mean, I think he's gonna obviously play. I think he's gonna score a touchdown. And I gotta fast forward here. Juju will be back in, probably by the Bills game. Hollywood Brown is probably gonna be back by the Browns game, maybe mid-December. He'll get a few snaps in and get ready to play and get ready for the postseason. Pacheco's going to be back probably sometime in December. Then you got D-Hop and you got Kelsey and you got 50 Shades. You got Kareem Hunt. And, of course, you've got the maestro in Patrick Mahomes. I said this team would average 30 points a game. Now, maybe not be till all these guys get on the field, and there is only one ball, as Lou said earlier. But I'm excited for this. I think this was a brilliant stroke by Brett Veach. He gave up, a meaningless draft pick. In addition, he got them to eat half the salary. And, of course, they made a salary move today in making sure that they moved some money around on Jawan Taylor's contract. So they got about $8.2 million in cap space at the moment. But this was a brilliant move, and I applaud him big time. But D-Hop's going to make a big difference in this football team.
Yeah, I mean, if Coach Reed says he's probably going to play, he's normally not. I mean, he would probably.
He did say today he was going to play.
Yeah, so he's definitely going to be out there, and it'll just be interesting to see how they use him, how he's deployed, and I'm sure that's going to grow as time goes on.
Sure,
and, they'll move him around a little bit.
He ain't taking 50
I'm just excited
snaps
to see him on the field. How the defense reacts a little bit. Is Patrick in sync with him right away? And yeah, you get a professional wide receiver, one of the best. I don't care how old he is. He didn't forget how to play. He's just playing under some bad teams. So
absolutely,
he's going to get open. He's going to catch it if it comes his way. So it's just a matter of, how many reps he gets on Sunday. But yeah, I'm here for it. It's going to be great.
Absolutely.
So I'm looking forward to him to have a good game. I know a lot of people said his stats wasn't there. He ain't getting off the ball very well. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. But I'm expecting him to do very well against the Raiders, man, and come out and show everybody, hey, it was the quarterbacks that he was playing with.
That's
I was listening to one of the shows and they said D-Hop played with 17 different quarterbacks since his career. I was like, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of quarterbacks be playing with, out throughout your career. So hey, I'm hoping he comes here and he the youth of old of D-Hop, and because he did have a good year last year.
Look at Randy Moss. Randy Moss went and played with Tom Brady. I thought Randy Moss was the wash, and then Randy Moss lit it up. It just is who you play with.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the people around you, of course. I mean, the quarterback that you're playing with an all-timer. You're going to a team. I think just himself, his own psyche, his emotions just have to be jacked. To this point where he's playing on like one of the worst teams in the league to the best team in the league, and he wants to show everybody he can still play.
Yeah, thanks for the Titans for making it happen. So we basically traded D-Hop for L'Jarius Sneed and a third-round pick.
But speaking of L'Jarius Sneed, does the secondary take a step back without Watson on the field? Or do you think they when they made the salary cap move with Jawan Taylor, you think they go out there and get a corner, or do you think the secondary has what they need with the cornerbacks that we already have, Coach Dre?
No, they need a corner. They need a corner. Like, let's cut it. Yeah, listen, I know I already preached about depth and what we have in house. Damn it, they need a corner. They need a corner. Nah, ain't no rocket science. Figure that out.
So do 31 other teams.
Yeah, right. So Chiefs
they don't grow on trees.
No, the hell don't, man. Sometimes you gotta take them back.
No one's giving them away.
You gotta take them back.
They're not sitting on the shelf at Costco.
That's right. You gotta spring that cheese. You gotta spring that cheese. No, but honestly, though, Chiefs do need another corner. They do. They do.
So what you say? Would they gonna take a step back, Nick? Or
I don't think they're gonna take a step back. At least not this weekend. And probably not the weekend after. It's when they get to Buffalo that we're going to really kind of find out, what these kids are made of. But I think for the Chiefs, I mean, we talked about Xavier Howard. He's got some off the field issues that have to be dealt with. And I think that's the reason he hasn't signed. J.C. Horn, the son of Joe Horn, former Chiefs player, who's with the Carolina Panthers, who's got a $12 million salary next year, is available. That's a player the Chiefs have identified as a possibility. Now the cap space they created today gives them about 8.2 million. So it's possible they could work something out. But the bottom line is this: I think Spags is going to roll with these guys. And I think before we get to the Bucs game, which is a week from Monday, I think Veach is going to add a player on a Tuesday. He's not going to do it on a Wednesday, Thursday. I think they're going to evaluate the games this weekend. And if the Panthers lose, I expect Deontay Johnson to be traded, Thielen to be traded. Now, Thielen was the guy who almost signed with the Chiefs until the Panthers gave him some sick money. But I don't think they're going to take a step back. I like these young kids. They've been practicing. Spags is glowing about them. So I think they can absorb this for the next few weeks without making a drastic move. But I wouldn't be shocked if they bring in another cornerback.
Yeah, I think initially they might, just because that Jalen was playing at such a high level.
Yeah, he was.
Right. But I think with the additional reps, Najee can kind of pick it up. I think Josh was still, I still love his traits. I love his ability, and I think he needs more time on task. So I think those guys can certainly elevate their play. Do they go out and get another corner? I think did they bring up Taylor from the practice
I think
squad.
they put Taylor on a 53-man roster, yeah.
Because I think Tobe was talking about using him on special teams because without Jalen Watson, kind of just shuffles everything around because then if Nazee's playing more snaps or Josh
he's a good
gunner.
Snaps, he's good on special teams.
So there's another guy, some more depth, but it's very difficult to go out and find a very talented corner because, again, they don't grow on trees and teams aren't just going to give them away. And I don't see Brett really using a top 100 pick to make that kind of deal. And if Carolina is in selling mode, they're not just going to give these guys, especially the younger players, they're not just going to give them away in a situation like you talked about Veach and what they had to give for D-Hop. I mean, he's an old, 32-year-old player.
That's a good point.
You're not going to have to give away, such a high pick. But if you're like somebody like J.C. Horn, who's still on his rookie deal, was a top 10 pick, they're going to be looking for a high pick coming back. Right. And typically, if you're taking a Chiefs pick, you're picking at the end of that round. So they I'm assuming would want at least a first from the Chiefs. Yeah, I don't just see Brett doing that for like a 1 year.
He won't pay that. He won't pay that.
Especially next, having to extend Bolton and McDuffie and Trey Smith and the beat goes on. So it's going to be difficult, Coach. I could see wanting to. Yeah. And maybe they have a guy that they had rated very highly in the draft and he's sitting on somebody's roster without getting much playing time. And they just make what looks like a minor deal. But for them, they had him high in their board. They just weren't able to draft him. Maybe that works out. But I don't think it's, J.C. Horn would be great, but I just think the price is going to be too high for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, I think it's J.C. Horn or, maybe they go after somebody else, but in-house, they probably go with Najee Johnson or Joshua Williams. But
Wallace.
Or Wallace. But other than that, man, I feel like when they step a step back, I can't say that for sure because everybody thought they were going to take a step back when Snead left, and they didn't. So I would say, this coaching staff, they know how to coach corners. The secondary coach is amazing. Shoot, I think one of the best.
As long as McDuffie's out there shutting down one side of the field, and listen, I mean, Nazee was the starting cornerback going into the season. Before his injury in training camp. So he was slated to go opposite him. So he was the guy. Now he gets his chance. But I mean, Watson's just played exceptional football. And he was on a contract, a bump, and certainly someone to be consideration. But the surgery I think happened yesterday. So, in the next 6 to 8 weeks, there's a possibility he could be back for the postseason as well.
So why
Spags did speak very highly of Roland Wallace. I mean,
he did too.
He doesn't typically gush about younger dudes, but
no, he doesn't. He doesn't do that out of the blue. That's for sure.
Speaking of younger dudes, and speaking of tight end week, how could the Chiefs stop Brock Bowers? Drake,
he's the old school. He might be an old school 70s Raider. He's like one of them old school, just great, grimy player that's gonna go out there and get it by any means. Listen, Brock Bowers is become one of my favorite tight ends, man. He is. Let me get in the shoot. Now he is though. I like Brock Bowers. And I feel like Brock Bowers is gonna be the guy. Now, how they gonna stop Brock Bowers, though, y'all say? This is what we talked about earlier with Bowden and everybody else on that linebacker core. I don't know. You got a scheme for him. I don't know. Do they put a linebacker on Bowden on Bowers?
No, you got to put a corner on him.
You got to put a corner on him. He's that good. So they might bring a safety down. They might bring a safety down. Help out. They probably put Connor. They probably mix it up a little bit. That's gonna be the only way. Other than that, you put a linebacker on this cat, he's gonna eat.
He's such a good player.
Airline, that's what it is.
Hater.
I'm serious. I'd still take him over Worthy. I would. I know I'm crazy. I'm gonna get no disrespect to you, Xavier. You're great. Thank God you are on our football team because you're amazing to watch. But before the draft, I kept saying at all cost. And when he started to, we thought end of first round was a possibility. And then he just had a great, he had that injury. You know, he worked out with teams. Everybody loved him. Everybody said the same thing. You got to take this kid. He's moving up the board. And I remember when we were doing the live draft show, I think I had an aneurysm, and then he went to the Raiders because I have to watch him twice a year be that amazing electric guy. He would have been the absolute perfect fit for the Kansas City Chiefs and the ultimate replacement for Travis Kelce. I hope he does not do well in Raiderland. So when he's a free agent, the Chiefs sign him.
Right.
But he's been one of the best tight ends so far. His route running, his ball, his the way he catches the ball, and he's throwing it, having success with two lousy quarterbacks.
Right.
And that's what makes it even more impressive. And they're finding ways to get him. He's the focal point of the offense right now. I mean, he's going to have 11 touches. He's going to have 11 or 12 catches. He'll probably have at least one touchdown in this game. There's no question in my mind, even with Minshew at the quarterback position. But they're going to have to put a corner on him. Jamari Connor would make the most sense because he can body him up a little bit. But, he's not a typical tight end. He's kind of a big wide receiver. I'm glowing, man. He's just special. He's just special. He's the best tight end prospect I've seen come out of college.
Cut him off. Come on. We got it. Okay, we got it. Okay. I mean, where's the glaze hose? What happened to the glaze hose, man? Where is that? All right. So Brock Bowers is a top 15 pick the day he stepped foot on the campus in Athens at the University of Georgia. Okay. So he was never going to slip. He was, he was one of the best college football players that we've ever seen. All right. So that was never going to happen. But the bottom line is that the Raiders don't exactly have a bunch of weapons on the outside. If he's the focal point of their offense, i.e. Travis Kelce with the Chiefs, there are ways that they can kind of limit his production if they want to, and then just live with, covering their wide receivers man to man. If you believe that he could really wreck the game. And that would be, if Belichick was coaching, that's what he would do. Just choke him off and force these other no names to beat you. So Spags, I'm sure, is thinking the same thing. He's the guy that can wreck the game. So let's just choke him off. We'll live with whatever happens on the outside.
Right. Did we miss something here?
No,
they can't.
They choke him off.
It's like you guys have this telepathic thing going
on at once. Okay.
Yeah.
Lou said choke him off, and they just threw me off the reel.
Hey, as long as you choke him off, man.
Well, I mean that figuratively, of course.
Save us, Nick. Save us. Nick Notnelli, a new person on the boards. Hey guys, please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate that. Tell your friends, tell all your Chiefs fans.
Nick, another Paisan, Donatelli.
Right.
Hello, let's
love
go.
it. Love it.
Yeah, man. But I feel you though. I mean, Bowers is him. Like Bowers gonna get his. So
Yeah.
Well, I'll say just how you stop him is play your defensive style of ball like you've been doing. Since the first game, the Chiefs ain't been having troubles with tight ends since the Baltimore
game. First and second game.
First and second game, I just play your style of ball you've been doing, bully ball, get out there, have your D line control the game, then everything else falls in place. Well, so that's how you control them. So
fortunately, they don't have a lot of other weapons, and their other receiver is hurt. So, and obviously they traded Devontae Adams to the Jets. So we'll see what happens.
I remember back in training camp days when the puppet came out with Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? And Patrick Mahomes said, hey, it will get handled when it get handled. Do you think Patrick Mahomes and D-Hop and Worthy and Kelce is going to go off this game? Do you think Patrick Mahomes is going to go back to old Patrick Mahomes because he had photographic memory? Coach Dre.
40 points easy.
Listen.
Easy.
You know how crazy this may sound? This might be one of them trap games for the Chiefs, man.
That's how I feel.
You know why?
Because
I feel it. I'm like, because we know what the Chiefs got. Even though I like D-Hop, I know D-Hop going to get off. I just feel like it's going to be one of them games to where it's sour. It's sour, man. I just got a feeling it's going to. Because we too confident knowing that the Chiefs going to go out there and whoop their ass, right? We're too confident. So I'm like, I don't know.
You're looking at it the wrong way, man.
I don't know, man.
You're just looking at it the wrong way.
Yeah,
maybe so.
Okay, first of all, it's Arrowhead West. You're going to have at least 50% of the stands Chiefs fans.
Right.
And
Number
the
2 is
home of
the Chiefs. That's right.
Chiefs.
It'll
That's
get
what you're
handled
gonna
when
hear,
it gets
Coach.
handled. Patrick Mahomes
Really,
has circled
man.
this on his schedule. They're going to come out blazing. He plays so well in that, but they have not had a close game in Las Vegas in the Patrick Mahomes era. Now they've had close games at Arrowhead, but for the most part, they've taken it to the woodshed and they've beaten these guys like
the Raiders
a drum.
got up 14-0.
Yeah, and the Chiefs scored 40 some odd points, pretty much unanswered. They were terrific. And I think this team.
And plus, you don't forget that what the coach said, we got the formula to beat the Chiefs. So you think the Chiefs coaching staff will try to take that personally?
Yeah, and the loss, and they're going to make amends for the loss at home last year. Even though that was the catapult that launched them into their playoff brains and really helped them focus. This is a huge payback game. Listen, the Raiders are a mess. Antonio Pierce is out of his element. He's going to be a one and done head coach. Even Max Crosby is kind of doubting some of the stuff that goes on, and he's a Raider for life. When Tom Brady exercises his opinions in the offseason and they start to rebuild the Raiders, then it's going to be a different story when these teams face one another. But for this year, this game, I'm telling you right now, I think Patrick Mahomes should have a frog coming out of the side of his pants running onto the field. Wow, and he should have it on the sidelines, putting it on that pedestal where they put they hold the helmets on the bench.
You think Brittany will let him do that? Come on.
That's what I would do if I was him.
Okay. All right. So next show, Nick's going to have a little Kermit thing sticking out of his neck or wherever. All right. Here's the thing. They don't lose. They typically don't lose in division. Right. I mean, Now that game was such an anomaly in terms of against the Raiders. Right. It was at home. It was on Christmas Day. Okay. These all might sound like excuses. They weren't playing particularly well leading up to that game.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying the offense is clicking on all cylinders right now, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was last year at that time. Right.
Yep.
Because they're running the ball. They're finding other guys. I mean, 50 Shades is showing up. And again, whatever you guys want to say, what my relationship is with the guy, he is a weapon and they will unlock him moving forward. So just stick with that. But the bottom line is this: Patrick is not going to go scorched earth. They're not going to. I mean, if this was at the end of the year, maybe just to send a message. But it's in the middle of the season. They're going to win. They're probably going to win fairly easily, but it's not going to be like a 50-point explosion or 40-point explosion. If they get 30, I'll be happier in hell. That would be good enough.
It'll be closer to 40 than it will be to the low end of the 30.
I'm just saying, man.
And plus, you got Kevin Harlan and Trent Green on the broadcast. So you know they're going to win.
There you go. That's it.
That's it.
So let's just get right to big game for FAU. What do you guys think?
I'm not sure with the Minshew at quarterback. I mean, does he have like an axe to grind with Gardner for some reason?
I don't know. It's a vendetta.
Well, yeah, K-State, TSU, yeah.
I don't know.
Would it be any different if O'Connell was starting? I don't think that's going to impact what FAU does. But if we just say big game for FAU, I mean, we hope so. It seems like he's getting into the flow a little bit more. He's still a rotational player.
God, though, man.
You know, the guy that really puts the pressure on the quarterback outside of Chris Jones is always going to be George.
Pressure bust pipes, man. Pressure.
You see Turk getting some pressure from up the middle, but the guys on the edges, we haven't seen that much outside of George. Even Dana, not as much as we'd seen in the past.
Right.
And he'll get healthy and he'll get back in there and do his thing. And Charlie O will come in. So yeah, for FAU's sake, I hope he does, because Charlie O is coming back.
What's crazy? You said Charlie O and FAU. I think Ruben put a comment. He just made a comment about Cam Thomas, right? Seeing Cam Thomas. I want to see Cam Thomas.
He played last week.
He did play last week.
We didn't bring it up. Yeah, he did.
He did play.
How did he do?
I didn't hear his name called a lot. I saw number 99, and I know that's him.
That's his number. Number 99. Yeah. That's his, okay. So the reason why I have a vendetta against FAU because you're a first round guy. When you draft the first round, man, you gotta go out there and produce, man. You can't. I don't know because, like I said, like I just don't see it, man. And then
You guys say the same.
FAU for Minshew. It's like FAU. I mean, that's Minshew. I mean,
I think typically in
You
the
guys say the
first
same thing about
round, you don't want to draft a
because
project.
FAU he played like doodle.
But that was a pick definitely based on traits and potential. And you typically don't want to do that in the first round, right?
Yep.
So it may take another year for him to come into his own.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say he trade bait because I don't know because the man.
And also he hasn't really. I don't think that he's really been playing football very long.
No, he didn't start till his freshman year sophomore year in high school.
But he went first round. This is a third round.
But you got to remember a nuanced conversation, Coach. That's what I'm saying. Is I think they took a little bit of shot on the traits and potential. He was never going to be ready to really contribute right away. Yeah. You would have thought it would have been a little bit better so far this year, but they see growth. And I think that's good enough for them. They didn't need a first round pick to come in and be all that.
I said never draft on potential. I'll tell you that shit.
Well, you always draft on potential.
Speaking of the potential,
Brock Bowers was potential though.
What are the 4 keys to victory, guys? Lou.
I'll give you one.
His head.
Block number 98. Don't
Taylor
at all costs. Chip him. Double team them, whatever you have to do. Do not let 98 get off. That's my number one. It might be number 2, number 3, and number 4.
Man, listen. Them two tackles over there gonna have a long day with Max because Max got a vendetta. He's pissed off.
They've handled Max very well the last several years.
Did you say Taylor's gonna handle Max?
I said the Chiefs have handled Max outside of the Christmas Day game.
The Chiefs and
very well in the last several years.
Not him by himself. He didn't.
You do recall the quarterback show on Netflix and Pat and
I love it, man.
And Max.
I love it.
If they were handling him, I don't think Patrick would have got that fired up.
No,
I'm pretty sure
there's
something to it.
It's the shots after the play.
All right, so we don't let some way don't let 98 blow up the game. Secondly, is take care of the ball. Take care of the definitely. Clean sheet, no turnovers. Right. Get 83 involved, of course. Get D-Hop involved a little bit. Get him, give him a few easy throws just to kind of get things going.
All in the red zone.
Right. And I would say, and again, but still 1 through 4 is don't let Max blow up the game.
Now, shout out to Nick. Hey, Brock Bowers, put a hand on Brock Bowers. You got to get physical with that young man. You got to get physical with Brock Bowers.
That's number 1. What's number 2?
Hey man, we a unit, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, what you mean? I'm stacking my stuff, bro. I'm saying Brock.
Okay.
Lou said somebody got to stop Max Crosby. I said you got to stop Brock.
All right, fair enough.
That's what I'm saying.
It's on me now. Well, for me, I think the biggest thing is getting Travis Kelce involved in this football game, catching the ball. Besides the amazing blocking he's done so far this year, I think you absolutely have to get him involved. You got to get him in the end zone. This is the week to do it. The Raiders secondary is not that good. And again, the fortunate aspect of the 2 back-to-back turnovers that gave up 14 points last year, that's not going to happen now. But Kelce has to be more of a red zone threat and get in the end zone once or twice just to kind of okay, here we go. To back it up a little bit. I think getting Kelce in the end zone is key.
Mine's the 4th key is Patrick, be you. Be great. Be who you been, man. Don't try to force the ball. Just be you. Now you got
Kermit, man. Be Kermit.
Now you have 2 of the guys that's leading the lead in receptions overall of their career, and D-Hop and Travis Kelce. So this is you to be you, and not what other team to go against? They called you Kermit. They said they got the scheme against you to take you down, and your only loss that you took last year from the winning streak is against the Raiders on Christmas Day. So
And they're smacking their mouth again this week, too.
they're talking all that nonsense. That's why my score prediction and everybody's score prediction, my score prediction is a surprise. Everybody else is 100
What the
to 0.
hell?
Who the hell? How you
Is
gonna
this what
score-
happens when you miss a show?
I think so. That's a delusional ass score. 100 to 0. Like, what are we doing?
What's the NFL record for points in a game?
Yeah, I feel like that's going to happen today. I feel like Patrick Mahomes is going to go.
Andy would never do that. Andy would never.
It was like
show
that championship game all those years ago. This is like 73-0.
Yeah, 66-0. The Chiefs beat the Bears in a preseason game.
I'm going 30. I'm pretty sure mine was 31-6, but okay, that's close enough.
My 31-21. Hey, I want to. Ruben made a comment. He said Cook got physical with Trent. And he said, "Come on, Dre." I said, "We all know what happens when you mess with the Grizzly. You got bopped inside your head." Now I don't know. He tried to get physical. But I'm saying this. Like my score prediction, 31-21. That's reasonable.
Yeah, but Cook didn't go down, Coach. Cook
No,
took
he got
it like a man.
Oh, that left was coming though. That left was
took it
coming
like a man.
Yeah,
And that's what the Raiders going to do. The Raiders going to take it like a man. They're going to take that 100 to 0.
Don't take it in. Man, hold bro. Hell
100 to 0. I feel like what I'm saying, guys. I feel like this is gonna be a blowout game. I feel like you're gonna see
really?
D-Hop go off. I feel like this is gonna be a blowout game.
Different than every other week, right?
That's different than 100-0. But hey,
I feel like
Kareem, I feel you, Kareem, because I don't know, but this man talking about 100 to 0. That's Madden scores, bro. Like I don't.
I feel like when somebody talks stuff about you, put a puppet out there and talk. They said they got the scheme for you, and you are 3-time Super Bowl champ. I feel like this guy, Patrick Mahomes, got to go off.
All right, I'm gonna steal some thunder from you, Lou. I'm gonna put a factor cap out there. Ready?
Go.
Here we go.
The Chiefs will give up 0 points to the Raiders on Sunday.
I already said it, so it's a fact.
That's a big,
no need for anyone else to comment.
Right.
Hensley, the omniscient one,
so I'm gonna say
omnipresent one has spoken.
I feel like guys, I feel like it's too much animosity into this game.
I feel like we're in the Emerald City and Oz is sitting there with his green hat. Oz has spoken.
The great Oz. Hey, remember Oz got exposed. Remember Oz got exposed at the end too. You remember Oz got exposed? Maybe that's.
I don't think we want to pull the curtain back on him.
Behind the curtain.
I just
he said the cube was finished.
The man behind the curtain is that busted ass cube.
A little guy sitting in a folding chair going, I know I can do this. He's got a gray beard. You know, he's got tattered clothes. He's got long teeth.
Hey guys, y'all watch The Wiz? Remember Richard Pryor? He was like, the cube was finished. You lied.
I got this.
I'm sorry. Listen, do you find the cube and ain't done? I said that's what it feels like with the cube right now, man. Like
my son see me putting these score predictions in. He was like, "Dad, you actually think they're gonna get 100 to 0?" I said, "I feel it."
The Raiders might as well just lead the conference.
Did you do the Madden simulation? Is that what you did?
Yeah, I beat Dre into that.
No, you did. No, you didn't. Not the Raiders.
I feel like
we should do that then. We should do that.
I feel like somebody gonna get fired after this game. It's gonna be the Raiders coach. So let's get right into our sponsors before we close out.
All right, first up, let's talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody better than Eric Haynes. He helped me and my wife, Emily, get our dream house. Took 9 months, as everybody knows, and a long time to close, but he made sure he and his team took great care of us. So give him a call today at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Jared Wiley this week.
Ooh, Jared Wiley, huh? There you go. Also, personal friend of mine, my amazing, incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for somebody who can help you find the right health insurance option for you, your family, your small business, now's the time to call. Open enrollment begins November 1st through December 15th. So if you have a plan that you might want to get out of, or you're looking for a private option, or even if you're looking for an ACA option, she can take care of you, point you in the right direction, and find a plan that best fits you for the coverages that you need for you and or your family. Call it today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
He loves Emily.
This is true. I do. All
Bro.
right. Next up is our new corporate sponsor,
Use
Resell.
electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resell Electronics. It's this holiday season's coming up. If you're looking for a special gift, or if you want to upgrade any of your personal electronics, or maybe you've got a small business and you need to get 4 or 5 new laptops or new computers for your office, this is your one-stop source. It's great, 2 great locations in Independence on Nolan Road and also on 40 Highway. Give them a call at 816-886-7285, or you can email them at resell with a C, resellelectronics.com.
Resell.
That's right.
What they said, man. Hey, what they said in the comments before we close out.
All right. Well, we got a lot of people in there, Paul. I want to thank you for being a subscriber. I'm going to say Ikoe was in as well. It's a reasonable score. I guess the 100-0. Kareem was in. Nice to see you, Kareem. Ruben, of course, is always the first man in.
Ruben's
and
feeling it, so to speak.
Yeah, and we wish they had a Raiders fan here. I want to shout out. Chief was in the house. Welcome back. We know you're on Paul, of course, for being a subscriber. Thank you very much. Let's see. Mr. Paris, of course, is going to be one of our newer sponsors coming on board. We're excited about that. Thank you, sir.
What is Mr. Paris's trade?
In Freeway construction.
Nice.
He and Freeway both are in construction, so
Beautiful.
I think they're gonna climb on board. And Daniel, of course, again, thanks for being a subscriber. There he is, Mr. DDT from the Raider Nation. Hey, buddy, we love this rivalry, man. It goes way back to me as a kid, and the old Ben Davidson, Otis Taylor, smear in the back on Lenny Dawson. Ricky was in the house. I'm not sure if that's our friend Ricky or not, but if it is, I don't
know, but he just came in strong with just simply Ravens.
Yeah, and Nick Simon came in as well, so we appreciate him. And so it's just great to have everybody. And of course, Ruben was top dog. He always comes in first. John Harrison, hey, Chiefs 27-9. That's probably more realistic of the 100-0. But hey, we'll take what we can get. So anyway, guys, it's Red Friday. We got a great action in college football this weekend as well. But Sunday, back at it. I believe it's a quadruple header again, right? Isn't there an early game on Sunday morning?
There is not.
Oh, there's not this week.
I believe in 2 weeks, the game from Munich, a scintillating matchup of the Giants and the Panthers.
Oof.
So you're welcome, Germany.
Rough. All right, guys. You guys have a great week. I want to thank everybody for checking out the 4 Guys in a Bar podcast presented by ChiefsBlitz.com. Please subscribe to our channel. Tell your friends. Tell your Chiefs fans. And you can also be a paid subscriber just to kind of help us out, take care of some bills around here. We appreciate those that have already done that. Get your sticker and be part of the team.
First class pin.
Yes, a first class. It doesn't get you a whole lot, but it certainly helps us. So we appreciate that. All right, Hense, Lou, Andre, peace out, my brothers. We'll be back Monday at 1:30. We'll recap the Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders and to set the table for the Monday night matchup a week later. The Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.